minute behind schedule. Well, anyway, it's a good thing we're still here. So we're having Mr. Wonderfund with us today to talk about a couple of things, about community growth and whatnot. Sorry, please, first of all, I would like everyone else apart from Wonderful and I to please mute their mics so that there's no interference from the background because I'm recording it with my device so that there's no overlapping audio.
Various religions from different communities, from different places and different strata as well. And they do not.
Hello, please.
To me, they look
Manually.
it is my duty to make sure that people are happy.
Sorry, please. Within the next like 1 minute, let's apart from myself and Prince Wonder, please everyone else should mute their audio, please. Yeah. If I do it manually, it also affects you, Wonder. That's the reason why I didn't do it manually.
No, you can mute everybody and then just give me permission to unmute.
Yeah, that's how I'll do now. That's I just clicked on it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's
We can hear you.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wonder.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me do a quick introduction. We have with us Prince Wondafund, the CEO of Wonderfund Limited. He'll be talking with us today about crypto growth hacks for the emerging communities, also dropping a point or two about future trading. So I'll give you the floor, Wonder, to just do one or two introductions about yourself so that we can continue from there. All right, thank you.
Okay. I don't know how much of an introduction I want to give, considering I think we've been around here for a little while and we've done quite a lot of this. But my name is Prince Wonder. I'm the MD and CEO of Wonderfund. What we do at Wonderfund is we educate, we teach, we help new and interested participants get the knowledge and information they require to trade the financial markets profitably. Now, Mr. Daniel Irabor want to talk about crypto growth hacks for emerging communities. Hacks for emerging communities, cryptocurrency communities. Now, personally, my first group, crypto knowledge, my first group was kind of something I just created for my friends. They were going to school at that time and we're trying to learn how to trade cryptocurrencies, and we just created that so that we keep in touch while they were in school, and over time they left that, and somehow I joined other groups and met guys with similar ideas, and then we came together and then I just started them up, and somehow we grew the group to a point where people were literally looking for the link to join the group and it was always filled. Now, what was the determining factor, what actually sparked this growth for that single community? Even if that group is never active, I'm never going to give up that group. To me, it's actually very, very important property for me. So what was the thing that actually drove people? What was the hack, per se, since that's what we're going with? What is that particular thing that actually boosted or made people want to come here? Information, for starters. Information. In the cryptocurrency space, the one thing that we can never get enough of, let me also say cryptocurrencies, in the financial markets entirely, the one thing we can never have enough of is information. We can never have enough information because at all times, there's always something somewhere happening that we always want to know to help us make the best decisions or the best decisions possible to help us minimize losses or even make profit. So we never have enough information quality information, to be precise, because honestly, there's a lot of jargon in the market and we need to sieve all of that through. So we need a lot of information, quality information from reliable people, right? Over time, when you trade or when you just even get into the space entirely, you get to see that there are certain people who deliver quality content, and then there are just people who want to give content. Literally anything that comes across the table, they want to talk about it or just expatiate or just make it go viral or let it be like they are pushing information. But there are other sets of people who deliver quality content, right? Quality in the sense that what they're actually posting, they have a reason for posting it. They can break down that information, its value, its impact to the entire market, and how to capitalize on that particular item or that particular news, that particular incident, to make for you to make the best decisions. So if you want to grow a crypto community, you want to build something of value, you have to deliver value first. People don't come to you just because of a name you have. The name you have is as a result of something. Okay, take me for example now. I'm always rambling about risk management, managing your account, not over leveraging and stuff. So anybody that's actually trying to follow me know they're actually coming from this angle, and this is where they want to build on, this is where they want to grow. They're not coming to me now to want to learn how to make $100 million in a day. They're coming to me to learn how not to lose the money they have and then grow consistently in the financial markets. So if you want to build a community, that community needs to have a foundation. It needs to have an idea, something people are coming for. You cannot be a jack of all trades. It's not possible. There has to be a specific idea. There has to be a vision, a particular purpose, a particular thing you're good at, or that your community will represent, that people would want. You get? Value comes from demand. Value comes from demand. For people to want your group, for your platform, for your community to grow, there has to be something you're delivering that will make these guys want to come to you. Okay, there's a group we are all in, Ehiboss, crypto lifestyle. Till tomorrow, if a single person leaves crypto lifestyle, before the pin lands, the person has been replaced in the group. Why? Quality content. The information dished out in that one group could make your entire trading career. From simple conversations that we engage in that group, you as a newbie can become a pro trader without paying anybody. If you actually pay enough attention and follow through, or even after learning, there's a stage you get to in learning that you need somebody that is speaking from experience, or there are market situations whereby people just have to take a step back, reanalyze the market before they come in. Now, a lot of that, as the market continues to change, you find everyone in that group or the experts that are filled or contained in that group are always deliberating, analyzing, and trying to come up with best possible solution, or even simply break down the market conditions. Breaking down that market condition, helping you to understand, not necessarily even trying to help you understand, but just deliberating between one another, points of view, why they actually have that particular bias. Yeah. So in a single platform, we have a lot of people with different ideas, but are skilled, and additional information based on facts. Based on facts. I want to emphasize on that because in our industry, information is golden. Information is basically everything. The information you can actually even explain is actually much more valuable. Because if you're just rambling about and just talking, there's this news, there's that news, you cannot explain what it is you are actually trying to point out, or the relevance of this particular item you're trying to convince people is going to have an effect on the market. If you can't even convince yourself or you cannot make a reasonable point on that. It means you don't even know what you're doing. I think one of the most annoying topics in the entire crypto space is fundamental analysis, because in a way it has facts and it doesn't have facts, because you're trying to reason as to how people are going to react to this, how the rest of the market psychology wise, how they are going to react to this particular news, this particular info. You don't know for sure how they are going to react, if they are going to react at all, because we've seen over time sometimes to expect a massive reaction from people, and then there is literally no reaction at all, and then that no reaction leads to a massive downtrend in price or the U-turn, because everybody's expecting. So facts basically make a group boom or die. You get? If you cannot dish out valuable information, information based on facts, based on what is happening, you're not just dishing out, or you're being biased. Being biased is not necessarily a problem, but as an analyst, you're supposed to want to see every aspect of the market, from every possible direction. Everything that could happen is what you're trying to look out for. But when you're biased, you're literally cutting out every other thing that could possibly happen and trying to force your will. You get? I'm trying to force your will. I actually got to realize this, and then I stopped trying to tell people what to do and just lean on displaying all the facts and then allowing people to decide what they want to do, how they want to do it. This is what is going to happen. Donald Trump is going to say so, or he said so, and possibly, probably, could have, should have, would have. These are the possible different scenarios I'm expecting. These are the possible reactions we're expecting from people and the market at large. So you get to decide how you want to proceed as a trader. Another thing I want to point out is this. Now, people like money. Understand this? People like money. That's why they're coming to trade. But then at the end of the day, when they don't make that money, you see, the same person that is begging you for signal, when that same signal goes wrong, it's the same person that would eventually turn around and start telling you, you're the one that gave me this, you're the one that gave me that, and so on and so forth. So it's actually very important to try and encourage your community to learn as much as possible. Because I see a lot of people have gotten this idea that the industry or the community at large is one giant money spinning Ponzi scheme kind of thing, where they just throw money and then they expect returns. I think this last few weeks, the massive downtrend, literally almost all the coins losing more than 50% of their value, must have displayed some of these actions I'm trying to point out now. Because a lot of people would be, you're the one that told me to buy this, you told me to buy that, you told me to buy that, and you'll be receiving a lot of phone calls. And some of these people would not actually be composed enough to not show their displeasure. People hate losing money. Understand? People hate losing money. They don't understand the concept of risk and applying risk, managing risk, especially the newbies. So as much as you're trying to build a community, try to build that community with the right mentality, so that it will not cause you problems. I know a lot of people actually slept in cells during the last bull run, not this current one, but the last bull run. See my organic laugh. A lot of people slept in police stations because of that. They feel they've taken their money and ran away because they don't understand what the system is. So they think the person that told them to buy so coin or so coin is in league with the people that just crashed it and they've run away with their money, or some other whatever stuff. They've over-invested and then they are looking for somebody to blame to get their money back. And as for Nigeria that we know now, anything is possible. So try as much as possible not to put yourself in a position where you will be implicated or someone would have reason to want to cause you problems. Because trust me, money issue is actually not so easily solved. Yeah. So when you're building a community, you're trying to build a club, a team, build that with the right mindset, the right mentality. Now, I think one of the problem we are having why a lot of people don't go this way is because building the right mentality isn't exactly the most profitable path to follow, especially when you're selling a service. Yeah, if you cannot encourage people that you're trying to sell signals to try their best to learn how to generate the same signals themselves. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't even sell signals. You will not encourage the same people you are trying to sell a service to try as much as possible to learn how to not need your services. But then that's actually what is best for them and what is best for you in the long run. Because when they know how to do this, even if at the end of the day, they might actually even still be paying for your services, your signals, just to get more information or even tap from your insights. Trading is not something you can learn in a day. Trading is not something you can learn in a day or a month. It takes consistency over time to achieve mastery. Personally, I've been trading for 4 years plus, and I can't even say I know everything because there are certain market conditions that I come across and I take a step back and observe. I learn. So even giving the right information, building the right mindset in people is still profitable. They will still pay you. You don't have a reason to be, you know, to be held back with giving the right information, building the right mentality in people. Because ultimately it's actually going to speak better of you. It's going to make you a better leader. A leader looks out for the rest of the pack, not necessarily just his own benefit. Yeah. Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, Prince Wonder, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Back to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I was actually taking down a few things, so that was why if you notice my eyes just trailed off a
See,
little.
I did tell you, may you pay money, more they help you for some of this thing. But you don't hungry.
All right, no problem. When I'm in the market for a PA, yeah, I'll make sure I keep that in mind. Okay, so thank you very much for the wonderful explanation you gave.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if anybody has any question for you, I think Real Me Nazu has been raising his hand since. So if you have any questions for Wanda, go ahead. So, but let me ask this now because I know this question has been on so many people's mind. You know, obviously, I think it doesn't answered on so many fora, but I think here's also one of the most important places where we should ask such questions. Now, oftentimes we find ourselves in a situation whereby maybe let's say an individual now has like $10,000 and
Okay.
factoring in the whole portfolio management discussion now, let's say you now see, okay, there's this particular coin or token and I want to put my money into this coin or token. I know for a fact, I know for certain that this token instead has the potential to do very well or exceedingly well. But I also know that what is it called? I cannot gauge the performance of that token. I know it's going to
Yeah.
do well, but I don't know how well. So now I have to decide now. Should I put the whole 10,000, into this particular token, or should I what's it called? Should I split the money into two different tokens? Now, in your own perspective, what do you think would be the best approach to something like that?
Okay. Now, truth is, there's no perfect formula for investing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no perfect formula for investing. You can put your money in one asset and it can make you or break you, or you can put it in five assets and all that five assets you put into would actually still disappoint you at the end of the day. So it's actually possible now. You put your money in five coins and the five coins will turn out to be shit coins and disappear overnight. It happens now. We've seen it over time. How many of the coins that we were trading 2018, 2019 actually survived till now?
Sure.
Good. So hundreds of them are actually going to be useless at the end of the day. And now we even have thousands of these coins coming out on a daily basis. So we even still expect a much higher rug pull rates. These days they are not even hiding it, they're openly rug pulling. Others will keep dropping news and all and then silently just disappear, but these days now they don't even care again. So when it comes to portfolio diversification, there's actually no formula to it. Okay, there's no perfect formula that would help you to either minimize loss or whatever like that, or help you best invest your money. But the thing is, you have a better chance of coming out ahead when you diversify. That's my own opinion. You have a better chance, a better possibility of coming out ahead or in front at the end of the day if you diversify your portfolio. Because if you put your money in one coin, you only have that one coin to look for. It either makes you or breaks you. But when you have, let's say, you split that into 4 coins, each coin has what, a 25% possibility of either giving you a return or breaking down. You've basically reduced the possibility of you losing all your money. Because if you're actually leaning on the right ideas, the right information to invest, because that's actually the main thing, the reason why you're investing in the first place, not just investing. The reason why you're selecting a particular asset to invest in is actually the deciding factor, not how you split your money or whatever. So if you have 5 solid projects, these 5 solid projects, based on how the 5 of them will likely not disappoint you. The 5 of them cannot just disappoint. Of course, it's possible, but it's very unlikely for all 5 of them to simultaneously disappoint you at the same time. You understand what I'm saying, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
It's very difficult for all of them to simultaneously disappoint you at the exact same time. So it's much better you break down and diversify than just pick a particular asset and put all your money. You don't even get peace of mind self, if you sleep. Because it's just this one asset. You become obsessed with it, and at the end of the day, you become a community believer.
We're all in it.
You start advising everybody to invest in that particular asset because that's your all. If it fails, you have a good day. So you start advising everybody to invest money there. So personally, I actually think diversifying your portfolio is best. But beyond that, the reason for investing in the first place is actually foremost or best. The reason for investing in the first place, the reason you're picking a particular asset. Right now in the cryptocurrency market, I think we have more than 9,000 coins and tokens, right?
Yeah,
more than 9,000.
Let me do a quick search.
So inside these 9,000, which ones are you picking and why? You're not just going to roll and then just put your hand inside the box and blindly pick 5 and invest in it. It doesn't work like that. So you're actually going to run an extensive fundamental analysis or technical analysis or whatever metric you're using to try and decide which assets are the best fit for you as a person. Because truth is, the kind of assets that might fit my own kind of trading personality might not fit yours, right? Some assets move faster, some people are more patient, some are impatient. So depending, you get to choose the kind of asset that fits your person and invest in those, yeah?
Yeah,
so personally, I think diversifying.
Yeah, thank you very much for that
Yes,
breakdown. Because most times people believe that when you invest, can they quickly chip in something? They believe that.
My brother.
Sorry, is anybody asking a question, or maybe it was just somebody who forgot to turn off their mic? Okay, so now the reason why I said that is because many people believe that when you invest in a project, that automatically that you should get what's it called? You should get your 10%, 20% times 2 times 10 overnight. And you rightly stated something. You said some people are more patient than others, while well, basically it's the other way around for most. Everybody just wants quick bucks. And in portfolio management, they tell you that sometimes when you invest, you have to understand the reason why you're investing in the first place. So you have to know that, okay, this thing, I'm putting my money here. Do I want to run the risk of losing my money? So if I don't want to run that risk of maybe potentially losing my money, it means I have to be ready to hold. That inevitably means that at the end of the day, anything I'm investing my money in has to be something that I've done my extensive research and I can vouch for it that yes, this thing cannot fail. Anyway, thank you very much for that detailed breakdown. So somebody asked a question, although I'm still trying to come to terms with the question, but I think it's a wonderful question from Rumi Nazo 30A. He said, okay, I think that's the name of his phone anyway. He said, what will make crypto change into the world that is never before? I really don't understand the question like that, but I think maybe you might be able to shed more light on that.
Me or real me?
Real me something. Real me Nazo 30. Yeah. So he said, what will make crypto change into the world that is never before?
I don't understand that. Probably trying to say what will make crypto change the world.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say. Maybe because of the way he types the question.
Yeah. Okay, provided that is actually the question. Now, changing the world is actually a very, very strong term. So I can't speak to that. But the underlying technology of the cryptocurrency market, the blockchain, has very good potentials regarding data security, data transparency, efficiency, right? Data sorting. It has a lot of potential, especially my personal favorite, supply chains. Supply chains. They have huge amount of data, complex data, especially for much bigger companies. They have a large amount of data that they cannot just keep track of. Because when it comes at every time, every company has to run an audit, yeah? Check what they've done, what they're going to do, where their money has come from, where they're losing money. They have to keep track of all this information. And then even if they are doing that digitally already, this data is actually still prone to being lost, right? Regardless of the system they are using. Now, the blockchain actually provides a much safer alternative to that. Safer and easily sorted. Considering the tracking system that is inbuilt to the blockchain, it is easily sorted and it is more secure, transparent if you want to make it public. Data security, that's actually the main point of the entire blockchain, if you ask me. Data security, transparency. So the underlying technology of the cryptocurrency market has infinite potentials. It has a huge, it could have a very huge impact on the world we are living in right now, or the world we could be living in. So if it comes to changing the world, I don't know how far I can say about that, but when it comes to revolutionizing tech, it has a huge potential. It has a very good possibility of making a huge impact on data security sectors and supply chain and other systems that need to keep track of data, massive data, easily.
Okay. So thank you very much for that. So in the next let's say like 2 to 3 minutes, can you just say maybe a thing or two about futures trading, like briefly, because I know it's not, if we say you should talk about futures right now, either I know we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. So so just maybe like one or two, like briefly, maybe you give people a brief understanding of what future trading is all about, because we've been getting so many requests. Okay, I want to learn futures, I want to understand futures, I've been hearing about futures. What does it mean? Like briefly within the next 2 to 3 minutes. Sharp. Thank you.
Now, in the most simple definition, the futures market is one that simply helps you amplify your profit and loss by applying leverage. Helps you amplify both your profit and your losses. Now, let's assume I want to trade $100. I have $100 in my account, and then I'm trying to see how I can, okay, I need more money, right? I am very sure about this position I want to take, and if I had $1,000, I would still put it in this position. So instead of trading the spot market where I just go and then if I'm making 10%, I only make 10% of $100, that's $10. I can go to the futures market where I can apply leverage to my trade, 10x leverage. By applying 10x leverage, your capital is multiplied by 10, and then you can either make 10 times the profit you would have initially made or 10 times the losses. So the futures market is one that helps you amplify profit or losses. If you're a good enough analyst, everything boils down to why you're taking the trade and your risk management. Yeah, I told you, I'm actually a risk management freak. So if it comes down to managing your risk and deciding why you want to take a particular trade or how certain you are about a particular trade, if you're good at it, I know a lot of futures traders, and it's actually a very, very lucrative market. If you can get out of your own head when it comes to fearing the risk aspect of it and come to managing it, yeah, you can actually be a very good futures trader, and it's actually more beneficial, but it pays more, especially in the short term, than the spot market.
All right, thank you very much for that simplified explanation. At least I know if I want to make quick money, I know where to go to. And if I know if I want to, use my money for vanishing, I also know where to go to.
For vanishing.
Yeah. So if you are interested in learning about futures, you can, to have a chat with Wondafund. So I don't know, maybe you should, if you could maybe drop your business contact details in case they have one or two personal requests, or maybe your social media handles, stuff like that, so they can.
Okay, I'll just send it in the chat box.
Yes, I was about to say that. So as he's doing that, I really want to appreciate everybody for taking your time to come out today and learn one or two things. I know we're all busy. Those who extended their TGIF to TGIS, people like let me not mention names. Every day is, thank God, is every day. And those who are actually really, really busy but took time out. But most especially on the phone, I really want to say a big thank you for coming out. It's not easy. I know I had to practically strong arm you. I know, yeah. There's no problem about that. So if you have any questions, if you have any questions, any requests, or if you have anything you'd like to learn from, thank you very much for that wonderful comment. If you have any comments, if you have any question, any request, or anything you'd like to know about, I would recommend Wondafund. For the next session that I will be hosting, I'm not sure I'll be hosting the next one, but I think the next one I'll be hosting this month, we'll have a conversation with somebody else, somebody who is also versatile in the space. We have people like Tojikaka lined up. We have Kessie, the day of the crypto goddess himself. So we have people like that. So as you can see, we have very, very powerful and strong men who are going to come and force that basic crypto education into every one of us. And it's our hope that at the end of the day, when we all go out there, we become quality traders, not people who would end up giving their offering to the market every time. Yes, would eventually lose money at some point. There was a time when I lost a huge amount of Dodge, because of this whole thing, lost like token different ways. But it's an experience and we all learn. So that's just it. So hopefully, from this whole OKExtalks and the rest, we're able to communicate, we're able to get quality information, and we're able to actually learn so that we can actually grow ourselves, for a better future. Because in the next couple of years, let's assume you are new to the market. In 3 years to come, you tell people that, oh, I've spent 3 years in the crypto space. Okay, Godwin, I'm coming. In 2 years to come, you tell people I spent 2 years. Myself, I think this is like my what year now? This 2021. Okay, it's going to the 5th year. That's good. So soon be the 5th year, the same year. So that's just the way it goes. We have people here that they are veterans. Let me not call names. I have one of my friends here. If I call his name now, he will laugh at me. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Godwin, Mr. Edwin. Sorry. Please ask the questions briefly so we can round up with the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Thanks for the correction. My name is Edwin, not Godwin. Was Wonder. Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Please, Now it's concerning futures trading. I want to know your opinion. Now, when someone wants to start trading futures, does the account or does his capital really matter?
Capital doesn't matter in any kind of trading at all.
Okay. Now the reason why I asked is because of this. Now let's take, for example, I have $100 capital I want to trade futures with, and then I'm using the 10x or 20x leverage, and just like you've constantly said here, risk management, which is paramount. Now, if I want to trade with, let's say I want to use in order to avoid liquidation or liquidation price, maybe I want to use 5% of my capital. I think that's $5. Now, and I'm making a profit of, let's say I made 50% profit off that position I took, which is I think $2.5. Someone might suggest that, okay, this thing is slow, but if I had a larger capital, I would have taken that position and made much money than that.
That's just greed. If you have a larger capital, if you want to go thief, you don't have a larger capital. You don't have a larger capital. You work with what you have until it becomes a larger capital.
All right, so thank you very much for that. So at this junction, we'll be rounding up this session. So I would say see you same time, same place, but that's too cliche. So we'll meet next time. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you very much for coming out, everybody. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night.